in the 10th chapter, it says that it was wintertime. And it was the feast of Hanukkah, dedications, and Yeshua went up to the feast. Whenever it uses the terminology to go up or he went up to the feast, it is a legal terminology that was specified right in the Torah that 3 times a year you must go up. And you must go up to Jerusalem. Not any place else. You go up to Jerusalem. Not Mount Gerizim, not to your own religious establishment, wherever it may be, but you go up to Jerusalem. Why up to Jerusalem? Because it is at Jerusalem that all of these feasts will be fulfilled. And the Feast of Hanukkah started out this way. It was 168 BC in which Antiochus Epiphanes, a Greek general, came in and conquered Jerusalem, and he occupied the city of Jerusalem and the surrounding area with the Grecian army. When he did that, he went up on the Temple Mount, and he then slaughtered a sow, and he sacrificed it and roasted it on the brazen altar, defiling the altar. And then he set up a statue of Zeus, the Greek sun god, in the temple and proclaimed Zeus to be God. Zeus, the Greek sun god, and he did it on Zeus's birthday, December 25th. That year, it also happened to be Kislev 25. Now, this doesn't even sound strange at all to the Jewish nation, because we know that when we were in Egypt, that Ra, the Egyptian sun god, his birthday was December 25th. Tammuz, the Babylonian sun god, December 25th. And Greek sun god, December 25th, and Mithra, the Roman sun god, December 25th. So we all know that these things really came out of Babylon, the worship of Nimrod and Babylonian sun god worship, and then through the Tower of Babel, then they were spread throughout that part of the world. And so it's not anything that's out of the ordinary for us to understand these things. So Greek sun god, Zeus, born on December 25th, that was Kislev 25 that year. Now what happened is that Judah Maccabees and his brethren, against insurmountable odds, overthrew the Greek occupational armies, overthrew the Greeks, and it was Kislev 25 exactly 3 years later to the very day that they then got up on the Temple Mount. They broke down that altar which had been defiled by the Greeks, and then they broke down the statue of Zeus in the temple, went into the holy place, and when 1 day's supply of kosher oil, they then resupplied the menorah in the temple. They lit the menorah, and according to tradition, that became the Feast of Dedication, the Feast of Lights, because that 1 day supply of oil, according to tradition, then stayed lit for 8 days. And 8 days is the duration of each one of the feasts. Even the spring feast, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, is 7 days in duration. But during that feast, on the Bikurim, we begin counting to the 50th day, and that takes us to the final fulfillment of the spring feast. That makes it an 8-day feast in its final duration. Also, the Feast of Sukkot is a 7-day feast, and then there is another day added on to the end. It's called the Last Great Day, and that's a high Sabbath as well. 8 is the number of new beginnings. And then Hanukkah is a feast of 8-day duration, and the 8th day, again, is the new beginning. So Hanukkah, the Feast of Lights, when the Messiah went up to it, he said, I am the light of the world. I am the Shamash, the light that lights every man that comes into the world. He literally is the fulfillment of this feast in the positive. But there are also other shadow pictures embedded in this that you will see that Antiochus Epiphanes is a picture of the anti-Messiah, the Antichrist in the last days, and you'll see how that fits. So each year, December 25th, which is the date of the child mass and the child sacrifice and the worship of the pagan sun gods, that's what it's been throughout all history. And then to have Hanukkah fall at the same time. Why? Because they are literally intertwined with each other, because it's the same event. Every year, Hanukkah is a celebration of deliverance from pagan sun god worship. It lasts for 8 days, and when you participate in the Feast of Rededication, and you rededicate your life to strip yourself from all of the filthy garments of pagan sun god worship and the the tree, the decoration of the penis of Ra with the gold and silver testicles, which has become very popular in America, with the Christmas tree and putting gold and silver balls on it. This is something that goes back thousands and thousands of years before the birth of Messiah. And when you strip yourself of all of the paganism and you follow the Messiah and rededicate your life, that Feast of Hanukkah is a most precious celebration. And we're going to see that it is a shadow picture of good things yet to come.